Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, we would like to present our topic about the cognitive inventory style. But before we start our presentation today, I would like to introduce my group member first. My name is Siti Aisyah binti Muhammad. My matric number is 1171012. My partner for presentation today is Nurul Hazwani binti Ibrahim. And the rest of the member is Nur Atika binti Muhammad Adnan. Okay, so the reason we choose this instrument because this inventory not familiar and we want to know about this inventory deeply. So next we move to the introduction. Okay, This inventory, which is the cognitive style inventory, want to measure the whole or part processing dimension of cognitive style. So, what is cognitive style? Okay, according to Witkin, Moore, Goodenough, and Cox, 1997, they said cognitive style is the individual way in which a person perceives things, learns, solve problem, and relates to others. Means that how the way an individual to solve their problem and how they think about something. So next, according to Hayes and Ellingson, 1998, it influences how people look at their environment for information, how they organize and interpret this information, and how they use interpretations for guiding their actions. Means that how they look environment to get information, then how they analyze that information and how they use that information to guide their action. Okay, next slide is about the person that developed this instrument. So, the person who developed this instrument is Lorna P. Martin in 1983. Then, in this inventory, there are 40 items or questions about cognitive style. So, in this slide, we show the example of questions that have in this inventory. First question is, I get a feel for a problem or try to see it before I attempt a solution. Next question is, I analyze a problem or situation to determine whether or not the facts add up. So that is the example question in this inventory. Okay, next slide is about reliability and validity. So the inventory has face validity. What is face validity? So face validity is the content of the test suitable with the aims. Means that the aim and the content in this inventory is match or suitable. Next is it is used primarily a basis for discussion of the effects of cognitive style on individual, group, and organizational functioning. Then, no attempt has been made to establish validity and reliability beyond this point. Okay, then we move to the theory. The theory that one step further and linking it to the concept of cognitive style is brain theory. Okay, according to Wander and Donovan, 1984, Okay, because of our specific genetic inheritance, our family life, and our yearly training, most of us prefer to use one side, the brain, more than the other. Okay, means that most of the people use one side of brain, whether right brain or left brain. Okay, next, we look the type of behavior associated with the two sides. The first one is left brain. Okay, an individual that use left brain more than right brain is analytical, which is a systematic person, and then linear, sequential, concrete, which is based on what they see, hear, feel, and experience, and they're also rational and goal-oriented. Goal-oriented, which is that person focus on achieving a particular aim or result. Okay, next is right brain. The person who use right brain more than left brain is intuitive, spontaneous, which is unplanned, holistic, symbolic, emotional, and also visual. Okay, next we move to the construct. In this cognitive style inventory, we have 5 constructs. The first one is systematic style, intuitive style, integrated style, undifferentiated style, and the last one is split style. Okay, I will explain each of the construct meaning. The first one is systematic style. So, a person who rates high on the systematic scale will low in the intuitive scale. Means that systematic contrasts with intuitive scale. Okay, according to Harvard studies, a person in this style are well defined. And then step-by-step approach when solving a problem, look an overall method or programmatic approach, and makes an overall plan for solving problem. Okay, next is intuitive style. A person who get intuitive style will high on intuitive scale but low in systematic scale. There are contradicts. So, someone on this style are unpredictable ordering of analytical steps when solving a problem. They also relies on experience pattern characterized by unverbalized cues and hunches. Means he or she depends more on experiences. In addition, they also explore and abandon alternatives quickly. So, the third style is integrated style. For this style, that person may high on both systematic and intuitive scale. They able change style quickly and easily. That person ability to generate an energy and a proactive approach to solving a problem. That people often refer to as problem seekers. Okay, what is problem seekers? Problem seekers is people, the one who always looks for problems. Next is the people in this style may consistently attempt to identify potential problems to find better ways of doing things. Means that people will observe better way to solve their problem. So, the next style is undifferentiated style. So, in this style, the people rating low on both systematic and intuitive scale. They having undifferentiated cognitive behavior for problem solving or learning situation. Okay, an individual may exhibit receptively to instruction or guidelines from outside sources. Passive, which is he or she not expressing feelings, needs, and ideas to the ignoring personal right. And the last one is often to look the others for problem solving strategies. Okay. Okay. We move to the last style, which is a split style. So, a person that get this style may rating in the middle range on both the systematic and intuitive scale. The behavior of person in this style is they consciously respond to problem solving and learning situation by selecting appropriate style. Means they will select appropriate style for solving problem. Okay, now I will pass to the next presenter is Nurul Hazwani binti Ibrahim.
Instrument administration. The cognitive style inventory can be completed by most respondents in approximately 20 to 30 minutes. This inventory also consists of 3 sections to be completed by the respondent, which is the instruments, the scoring sheet, and the interpretation sheet. The cognitive style inventory is able to apply in all ages. The instruments. The cognitive style inventory consists of 40 statements, which is half of which pertain to the systematic style and half to intuitive style. The process to complete the cognitive style inventory. Firstly, the respondents evaluate each statement according to the degree to which they agree with. Next, the respondents transfer their response to the scoring sheet, which is a systematic score and an intuitive score. The scores are then transferred to the interpretation sheet, which allows them to determine to what degree they specialize in systematic and intuitive style. Finally, they locate their score on the scale provided in the interpretation sheet to identify their own style. Scoring and interpretation. It is advisable to follow scoring and interpretation with a lecturate and discussion on cognitive style, if the practitioner prefers. Respondents may be instructed to complete the instrument, listen to the lecturate, and participate in the discussion, then predict what their style will be before complete the scoring and interpretation sheet. But if the practitioner wants the respondents practice identifying style, the practitioner may distribute copies of overview cognitive style, cover the content with the respondents, then show a videotape of a group problem-solving session, asking the respondents to monitor verbal and non-verbal patterns and to identify individual style.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Atika binti Muhammad Adnan, matric number 1171019. I am the last presenter from this group. I would like to explain about the scoring and the interpretation of these instruments. Firstly, I would like to explain about the scoring of CSI, which is Cognitive Style Inventory. This instrument is using 5 points, Likert type skills. From these instruments, respondent can indicate the level of agreement with the statement 1. Refer to the strongly disagree, 2. Disagree, 3. Undecided, 4. Agree, and 5. Strongly disagree. According to Lorna P. Martin, 1983, there is 3 sheets in these instruments that respondents need to answer and fill. I will explain step by step on how to get a score from these instruments. The first step is instruments sheet. From this sheet, respondent need to write the number level of agreement in the blank to the left of the item. I will show and explain to you in the next slide on how to answer this sheet. The second step is scoring sheets. In these scoring sheets, respondents need to transfer their inventory response to scoring sheets. There is two columns in this sheet. First is intuitive score and the second is systematic score. Respondent need add the number in each column and record the total in the blanks provided, which means respondent need to add the number of intuitive score and the number in the column of systematic score and put the total of the each score in the blanks that provided. Okay, from our respondent results, she gets 69 for intuitive score and 69 for systematic score. I will show to you the instrument sheets, scoring sheets, and interpretation sheets that already answer from our respondents in the next slides. Okay, the third step is interpretation sheet. Place an X in the appropriate block to indicate degree of cognitive specializations, which means respondent need to put an X in the appropriate blocks. For the example, 69 for both score, which is our respondent get 69 for intuitive score and 69 for systematic score. Then she needs to place X in block medium low 61 to 70 because she gets 69, so she need to put X in medium low 61 to 70 block. Okay, for the last sheet in the interpretation sheet, respondent need to circle the degree of cognitive specialization from the result, which is medium low 61 to 70. Our respondent get 69, so she needs to circle the degree of cognitive specialization, which is medium low 61 to 70 in both systematic score and intuitive score column. The last one is the style that lists both determine respondent cognitive style, which is the style that lists that circle in the systematic score and also intuitive score determine the respondent cognitive style. I will show to you in the next slide. Next, in the second slide, I will explain to you about the inventory sheets. As you can see, this is an original cognitive style inventory sheet developed by Lorna P. Martin. As you can see, there is instructions at the top of this inventory sheets. Respondent need to read first the instruction before answer the items. After the respondent read the instruction, respondent can answer the items, which is she or he read the item first and answer at the left of the statements, which is either this item is strongly disagree, undecided, agree, and strongly disagree. Same goes to the second sheets of inventory sheets and the last sheets for the inventory sheets. Next, for the scoring sheets. This is the scoring sheets. As you can see, at the top of the scoring sheets, there is instruction. So, the respondent need to read the instruction first before answer the scoring sheets. As you can see, there is alphabet in the right of the blank provided. A refer to the A item, B refer to B item, C refer to C item, and others. The respondent need to put the number in each column, which is the left column for the intuitive score and the right column for the systematic score. If the respondent answer A items is 4, which is agree, the respondent need to write 4 at the blanks provided. Same goes to the other items until the last 40 items. After the respondent put the number, respondent need to total of each column. Total the number of each column. For the example, our respondent the total of the intuitive score is 69 and the systematic score is 69 for each columns. This is the scoring sheet from our respondent that already answer the inventory sheets. For the last sheets, we call as interpretation sheets. In the interpretation sheets, there is 2 sheets. The first one is at the left and the second one's at the right. Same goes to other sheets. There is an instruction at the top of the sheets. The respondent need to read first before answer the interpretation sheets. Okay. For the interpretation sheets, the respondent need to place an X in the appropriate block to indicate the degree of cognitive specialization. For our respondent, she gets 69 for systematic score and 69 for intuitive score. So, she needs to put X at the medium low 61 to 70 because she gets 69. Same goes to the intuitive score. She need to put X in the column medium low 61 to 70 because she gets 69 for the intuitive score. Next, for the last sheet of interpretation sheets, same goes to other sheets. The respondent need to read the instruction first before answer the interpretation sheets. There is 2 columns. First is systematic score and second is intuitive score. At the right of this column, at the left of this column, there is 5 constructs for this inventory, which is systematic style, intuitive style, integrated style, undifferentiated style, and split style. So, the respondent need to circle the degree of cognitive specialization from the results. Example, the result of the first interpretation sheet, she gets medium low 61 to 70, so she needs to circle the medium low 61 to 70 in each score. In each score. So, the style that lists both determine respondent cognitive style, which is for our respondent, she gets split style because the interpretation sheet she gets list both systematic score and intuitive score for the split style. Next, I will explain about the interpretation of cognitive style inventory, CSI. The cognitive style inventory, CSI, consists of 40 items, half of which are related to systematic style and half to the intuitive style, as Hazwani told earlier. According to Keane 1973, McNee and Keane 1974, and Botkin 1974, states that the systematic style generally viewed as good when a value is assigned, while the intuitive style generally viewed as bad when the value is assigned, which means the systematic style is associated with the logical, rational belief, rational behavior, that use a step-by-step sequential approach to thinking, learning, and others. While intuitive styles is associated with spontaneous, holistic, and visual approach. According to Martin 1983, it is advisable to follow scoring and interpretation with talks and discussion on cognitive style. This CSI has 5 constructs to determine the cognitive style, which is systematic style, intuitive style, interrogative style, undifferentiated style, and split style. The cognitive inventory CSI has 5 constructs that I already told earlier. Okay, from the result of our respondents, we know that this respondent has split cognitive style. Split style is referred to an individual rating in the middle range on both the systematic and intuitive scales is considered to have a split style in both fairly equal degree of systematic and intuitive specialization. Yeah, as our respondent uh, scoring sheets, as you can remember, she gets 69 for intuitive score and 69 for systematic score. So she get fairly equal of systematic and intuitive specialization. Okay, for the conclusion, we as an effective counselor or therapist must have intuitive cognitive style that relies on experience patterns characterized by unverbal cues or hunch, especially while making a counseling session with client when exploring and leaving alternative quickly. This is according to the Lorna P. Martin who developed this inventory. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you. Have a nice day and thank you for your attention.